Man, last night was such a vibe. It was such a fucking early mid 2000s classic vibe, and it was such an enjoyable moment for the culture.
Bro, like, there's no words to describe how I felt and just like the environment they created for us to feel. Because I hate when you plan something and it doesn't come out the way you plan it.
Yeah.
Like the way you play it in your head, you're like, yo, okay, we're gonna do this, that, and then the feel is not there.
Yeah.
And that's what you look for with experiences, you know? You want that energy, that vibe. So last night, us sipping, because we normally don't do that. We're like occasional drinkers. You know?
Once in a blue moon type
Yeah.
drinkers, you know? So,
Yeah,
it was definitely something out of the ordinary, you know?
Yeah, because I hate that alcohol taste. So I've never been the type to like crave liquor, but yesterday the drink you mixed up, that shit was perfect.
Yes.
To the environment they play too.
Shout out to Ciroc.
Yo, for real. Drinks by Ciroc is
Yeah.
sponsored by Verzus too. So that like it was not anything I was expecting. Like everything I expected, they exceeded that. Like I was so proud, and the layout they did, the energy they gave to each other, just that chemistry they just put on that stage. It was beautiful, bro, from beginning to end. And I know with Trilla, hopefully they could fix something with the Trilla app.
Yeah, because like they recently signed the deal with Triller, so they're no longer showing it on Apple Music.
Yeah.
And that's the source that I was using frequently
Yes.
because when Versus first started, it was just Instagram Live.
Yeah.
And since so many people were trying to watch it at the same time,
Yeah.
it would occasionally like buffer and
Yeah.
pause. So it was getting frustrating.
But also too because they were in different apartments or different places.
Yeah,
Different
yeah,
venues when they first started. So having two Wi-Fi's trying to go on Instagram doesn't work. You know, it doesn't work.
Yeah, one's Wi-Fi was stronger than the other, so like there was some technical difficulties in the beginning, but they were able to move past that and create something different. Especially since the whole pandemic is starting to like slowly like die down.
Yeah,
everything's starting to open up now. These artists, musicians, they're starting to actually be under the same roof and perform together.
Yeah.
And this is the first Verses that I've actually watched in full in quite some time now, because ever since they made the switch over to Triller, honestly, it hasn't been quite entertaining. Like the last few Verses were a bunch of like the oldies that people older than us can appreciate. Like we know these artists, but we don't know like their catalog fully.
Yes.
You know, so
I agree with you because I haven't watched Versus in a while too, and I don't know if it's because of the whole deal or maybe it's just they're not targeting my demographic.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So the Isley Brothers, like I enjoy their songs, but for me to actually put down what I'm doing that day to go watch them,
it doesn't really capture your attention to watch.
Yeah. So this one actually. The headliners, you know, is people that we grew up on.
Yeah.
You know, so, and the fact of their history, like, I swear they did, like, a 3-week rollout where they were just joking on each other, like, you know, luring people in.
Yeah.
And Soulja Boy, he's known for that. He was coming out Bow Wow about the Bow Wow challenge, how he posted up the jets.
Yeah.
And then they found them in
commercial.
Like, correct. Yeah. So Soulja was getting on that. And then I think Bow Wow said something about Soulja, how he told that story about him fighting off the people with the guns in the studio or something like that. Like that story was sounding so ridiculous, fake. You know, them just going back and forth. They were in the house like a show-a-thon, which it's kind of a flex. They're both showing their products. It's Bow Wow's caps, like the do-rags, and then Soulja's showing his drink. So that's a flex, you know.
Yeah,
they got products,
definitely.
but it was all entertaining, you know what I mean? Like good jokes going back and forth is mutual, you know, nothing too serious. And I know we did the comparison with Young Jeezy and Gucci, like how this kind of had the same feel.
A little bit.
And you said a good point how this one didn't have
a death.
Yes.
You know, it didn't turn ugly.
Yeah,
it could have.
Yeah,
it definitely could have. But before they beefed, they collaborate. They were cool people.
Okay.
I don't know the whole where it stems from.
Yeah.
Why they dissed each other.
Me either.
But they were able to come back and they created Marco Polo.
Oh wow! So that was after the beef.
I'm pretty sure that was after, because there was one time I was watching 106 in Park.
Yeah.
And they premiered Bow Wow and Soulja Boy Marco Polo. I was confused because I'm like, wait, didn't they diss each other like not too long ago?
yeah.
And now they created a new song, and I believe they have like a mixtape too called Ignorant Shit. So I was like, wow. I was just completely shocked, but it was great because you want to see artists, especially like these two, be together, working together. Everything works out just fine when artists can put their shit to the side, their egos, their pride, and we're stronger when we're together.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, so, they mentioned that too. Because leading up to this, we joked around, which I need to apologize to Soulja Boy, because we joked around like, yo, what tracks does Soulja have? Like, we knew the five main ones, you know? Like, yo, 5, but don't you need 20?
Did he play the 5 that you were expecting?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because, like, when we was watching it, right, we was watching on Instagram Live on the TV, and we were lit, and I was actually able to, like, write down the songs on my phone just so I can remember which ones they played back and forth, so I can have an idea of who won what. You know, so, all right, 20 for 20, Bow Wow, Soulja Boy. All right, initial reaction. It was such a great performance from both artists. It definitely exceeded my expectations. I'm glad they were under the same roof, same building, and not at remote locations, because it definitely would have killed the vibe. Because it's like they're doing all this talk on Instagram Live, like, we already seen it. You guys in different locations. Bring that same energy together in one building. And there was a packed crowd. They brought guests out, which was pretty cool.
Nah. The way Verzus has adapted,
in 1 year.
Like you said,
in 1 year.
People are going back to normalizing their lifestyle, which is going out on the weekends and stuff. You know, and the way the Verzus has adapted, like, that was my first time watching them in a while, and I noticed there's a crowd in front of them. So they're doing live fan shows plus the remote. So you don't have to pay for a ticket. You go out online and watch them perform.
For free.
And you have a great ass time because, like you said, they're bringing out friends too. Like, at first it was Versus, just one person versus this person, but they have to adapt with the change too. They started off in the pandemic. It was easy to gravitate towards them because you're just home doing nothing. But now that people have more things to do, you gotta change up your ways too, and they've done a great job, you know. And then to have this story with these two, like, I don't know why Toxic sells so well, but
that negativity is right.
Like, it's just like an accident. Everybody slows down to see it, you know. So just this storyline of, because the very first time I heard the diss tracks were a couple of days ago. So them coming back into the spotlight, it lures you to go find out what happened before, you know.
Exactly.
And since Soulja didn't have that many tracks, I was like, oh, Bow Wow got it easily, you know. And then I heard the diss track. I'm like, oh, he's probably going to play this. He has to play this, you know, to make it interesting. And I was so surprised he didn't. And he still held his own, bro.
He did.
Bro, like, I'm so shocked. The fact that he held his own, I don't know.
See, and it just goes to show, because, like, going back to the whole Gucci and Young Jeezy, you know how Gucci played his disses?
Yeah.
You know? Because that stems from, like, an actual problem.
Yeah.
Like, these two, they beefed, but it wasn't that serious. So it's like, at the end of the day, it was all love.
And it's funny, too. This was, like, one of the first internet beefs. So
Soulja Boy's the first. You know, so... That's funny, man.
Yo, he was the first rapper to play 3 songs in a Versus.
Bro, I was heated. Like, the first song, it was She Make It Clap, right? I was like, oh, so this is his most recent song, right?
Yeah.
All right, and then in, like, round 7 or 8, he plays it again. Wait, French?
Yeah, no, I think that... No, he plays it again, and then Bow Wow played, like, one of his smashes, like, one of the big songs. So I think he did that as a sacrificial round. He was like, yo, I can't beat this round, so I'm going to just play the same track over.
So when he played it the second time, Bow Wow played Shorty Like Mine.
Yeah.
That's classic. That's with Chris Brown. That's automatic, though.
Yeah, so he was just like, you know, whatever. And then after Shorty Like Mine, because Bow Wow starts the round. So after Shorty Like Mine, okay, Bow Wow won that round. Then he plays it again.
Again with Nicki Minaj.
No, but he brought out French the third time.
Yeah.
He brought out French, and French had his verse. Like the first 2 times it was Soulja's verses, and then the third time he brings out French. French has the fake ass extension, cornrows, whatever he got, a new hairdo, and he's out there rapping his verse. And Bow Wow's looking at him like, what the hell? Like, okay, a third time?
And Bow Wow responds with, what's the name? So that's another classic right there. So that's an automatic dub.
Yeah.
So overall, like, it was a great performance. Both guys did what they had to do, but it's quite obvious that it was Bow Wow.
Is it obvious?
Nah, for me, yeah, it was Bow Wow.
It was obvious, bro?
Bow Wow won that shit.
Nah, bro.
Nah, Bow Wow won.
Bro, Versus is not just song for song.
I know it's not about song by song. It's about being like
in that setting, you know, bringing that energy.
That entertainer.
Yeah, and bro, but that's why I said I gotta apologize to Soulja because I laughed him out the room. I'm like, this guy got no songs. Who's he gonna, like, what is he gonna play against this song? And then I was kind of skeptical about Bow Wow. I was like, yo, Bow Wow has a lot of slow songs, but there's still smashes. Those are hits.
Yeah.
Like I grew on Bow Wow. Like, what? Nah, like, this is, like, automatic dubs. But after the result and actually seeing the strategy Soulja had against Bow Wow, the way that he just used his verses, his remixes, and even using other people's songs.
Yeah.
Like the songs that he was dropping, we were like, wait, what? He's on this? Like LOL smiley face?
Yeah.
And then the Drake vocals.
We made it. Like,
we made it. We're like, oh shit, yeah, he did the beat. Like he's on the end. But I was like, yo, where's your verse? Where's your verse? He played the
hook.
whole.
He was on the hook. He always said, nigga, we made it.
But he played Drake's first verse, second verse, and then he played his little hook.
The whole thing. But like, yeah, I can see what you mean when he really took advantage of using those songs and stretching the whole time out. Because during verses, they only play like 30 seconds to like a minute.
30 seconds, yeah.
Go back and forth. But he took advantage of the time. He's like, nah, it's my time. I'ma shine. Because, like, I know I don't have many hits as Bow Wow, so I got to take advantage and do it.
Yo, bro, like, the placements, too. Like, that's the key with verses. You got to know where to place your hits. You can't just play them and the feel is not there, then it's not going to hit the same as it did on the radio, you know? So, for him to hold his own with only the few amount of tracks he has, I got to give it to Soulja.
And see, and that's a good thing. When we do this, we don't always have the same opinion. It's different. Like I'm picking Bow Wow, you're picking Soulja. That's good. So we can keep bouncing back and forth as to why you're wrong. And Bow Wow is the GOAT. I'm giving him his flowers, his roses, all that. Because he did it.
Nah, Soulja, he came out with Little Romeo. He was like, yo, Little Romeo, I'm going to let you have your own set. Little Romeo fucking had a 2-set. Played 2 of his own songs. Like, yo, wait, Little Romeo's in this set?
Nah, disqualified. Bow Wow, he brought out Omarion for his song. Not Omarion's song. It was Bow Wow's song.
He did bring out the Brat and JD.
Yeah, they raised him, man.
Yeah,
they
bro.
raised him. They wrote for him.
The fact that the Brat came out for that's what's up, bro.
They had to, man. That was automatic, man.
Because I know JD and Bow Wow, I don't know, in the past, they were, like, going back and forth on Twitter.
They've had their differences going back and forth, but, like, at the end of the day, they're family.
Yeah, every family has their ups and downs, you know?
Yeah.
You know, but, the fact that everyone came together for this one, put on a show, and then the fact that they're going to be on the Millennium Tour, too. Like, that's even a big plus. Another flex.
Yeah,
Marion's on there. Like, this is just a little preview of what's going to be. Yeah.
You know?
Go watch them live. You know, that's really dope, though. The fact that... Because at first I was just like, Bow Wow and Soulja, but, bro, they exceeded my expectations, bro. Like,
when I seen Bow Wow versus Soulja, I was definitely surprised because I do follow Bow Wow on Twitter, and everyone was always asking him, do a versus. Like, you got the songs, you got the hits. And Bow Wow's like, I'm never going to do a versus.
Oh, word.
I'm never going to do it. Like, I'm a fan of the show. I'm a fan of the concept. Like, I love tuning in and watching artists going at it. But he said he'll never do it. So for him to actually do it, that definitely blew my mind because like he's a man of his word.
Yeah.
So for him to do it and the right opponent too, because they were tossing around Little Romeo at the time, but it's like, what song is he gonna perform? You know what I'm saying? So Soulja Boy
he
would
have to repeat like 10 songs.
remix with different artists, you know, like Lil Nas X, Old Town Road remix, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5. But yeah, Soulja Boy was definitely like the best counterpart for Bow Wow. That was a definitely great matchup, and I really enjoyed it. Like once Bow Wow was playing his songs, I was like, yo, I remember that song when it came out, playing that shit in the car with my family, and then Soulja Boy playing Crank That. We just entered high school, we're doing the dance, like that was such a fucking wave back in the day, and it got me thinking too, like since we're getting older, and you're seeing all these new artists evolve, all these artists coming out with new things. It's like, yo, this is what the kids are listening to nowadays. But it's like, if you think about it, when we were kids, Soulja Boy, we're like, yo, that's what's up. People our age at that time, they're like, who the fuck is Soulja Boy? What the fuck is this?
They're ruining rap. They're ruining the music.
Yeah, they said Soulja Boy killed hip hop. They thought he was gonna be a one-hit wonder.
And look, he's still around.
He's still relevant.
14 years later, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's
you gotta
crazy.
I tip my hat off to Soulja Boy, man, because like they doubted him from the get. Ever since he dropped that, like it was a smash. But like, can you repeat that? Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that? And he did. So like Soulja Boy,
even his antics, like, cause that was before, like he was ahead of the game. Cause now we live in that era where you gotta have a personality. He's been had that personality. So he's always had this antics. People always gravitated towards him because he's funny, he's entertaining, and he got good beats with catchy lyrics on them. You know, so it's just a change in the game. You could see the eras. You could tell the difference in the eras, and that's why Bow Wow too. The fact that he started at a young age, his songs too. You could tell each era was different. You know, he adapted so many times too.
Because you got the puny voice Bow Wow, and then you got like the late teen, early adult Bow Wow, and then you got the grown Bow Wow. Like all different eras, you know, and they were able to adapt and explore different avenues of businesses, and you know, people can clown them all they want, but it's like what J. Cole said. If you're broke and you clown a millionaire, the joke's on you. So overall, it was a great versus. I tip my hat to both of them. I know I said Bow Wow won, John said Soulja Boy, but at the end of the day, like always, the culture,
we won
because we received a great live performance, something that's been like long overdue, and I really hope the next versus, whoever it is, can continue that path, that trend to just be great. Because this is what we want, this is what we deserve, especially after all the bullshit that we had to deal with last year. Now we're turning up, so I can't wait.
And Versus has noticed you can't just put two superstars together. You got to find different people. Like Soulja Boy and Bow Wow, they wasn't in the spotlight for a few years now. You know, they're just starting to come back. But their story was still entertaining. So as long as you have
relevant.
If you have a good entertaining story, then you can go to Versus. You don't gotta have like 10 albums platinum or nothing like that. You know what I mean? So I hope they keep venturing out, finding these good candidates, and hopefully they come together. Because like you said, Lil Bow Wow was like, nah, I'm never doing one. So hopefully the people that were saying that too are changing their minds too. Because they benefit off this. Their streaming numbers go up. Now they're going back on tour. People are wanting to go see them on tour because they saw them in their living room. Like, damn, I want to experience this in live. You know?
It's a whole different experience.
Yeah, for real. So, you know, June's almost over. You know, Pride Month.
I was just about to ask you, so before we wrap things up, it is Pride Month still. We've got a few days left. And John got a story to tell, so story time!
Because we were talking about how the year is just flying by, and this month is Pride Month, and it flew by so quick. But I was just telling you that I had an experience with a gay guy before. Nothing too like oh my god, ew.
Like he wasn't like so aggressive forward with it.
But It was back in when I used to work at Dollar Tree, one of my first jobs as a cashier.
Yeah.
So you know how they do cashiers, they'll put you up there.
By yourself.
By yourself. Everyone's in the back doing something else.
Mixtape.
Mixtape. Yeah, for $1. So I'm doing my best, I'm ringing them out, but the line's just getting so long because it's like middle of summer, everybody's out. It's Dollar Tree, everybody goes to Dollar Tree.
Back to school season.
Yep.
Buying supplies.
Exactly. So the line gets so long, I'm like, damn, I gotta call back up. So I call back up on the intercom, person comes up, and this guy, he's next. And she calls him over like, oh, I could take care of you. And he's like, oh no, I'm gonna wait for him. I was like, yo, everybody telling me, yo. I was like, yo. I didn't know what to say. My eyes just said it all. I was like, oh, okay. And then I catch out the person I'm taking care of, and he comes up to me. He's like, hey, like all like flirtatious and stuff. I was like, what did I do? I was like, hey.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Yeah, I was just like, hey. But nah, he was mad chill. He became a regular. He was always in and out of the store, always joking around with me. Like, he was mad cool peoples. Like, I don't know why people are so judgmental with the LBGQ community. You know what I mean? Like they're human beings too. Like,
exactly.
To each his own. You know, they're not hurting you. Like, just leave them alone.
Exactly.
But yeah, that was like one of my first, like, not very, maybe first. Maybe in high school I experienced something else, but that was like one of the first times someone hit on me, like a gay guy. And I was just like, okay. I didn't know how to take it. But yeah, just because the Pride Month's over, so that I went reminiscing it. I was like, oh shit, I remember this happened.
We appreciate the story, John. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
But yeah, so another episode.
In the can.
Yes, sir.
You know what to do.
You know we out here because we the one and only in your life.
Yes, sir.
So we out here. Tune in. IG is 41 Bucket Dreams. Follow. And then to subscribe, you hit that red button on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Look us up, John and Roberto.
Yes,
Reminiscing Boyz. Each week, we try to be there for you because I know you need us and we need you.
Till next time, we appreciate the love and support.
Always. Peace.
God bless.